Good morning, Room 214. Happy Wednesday. We are back at it for another great day of at-home learning. Let's go ahead and let's look at our reading today. We are on day 4. So I want you guys to find your table of contents where it says day 4, and I put the day at the top, which you are more than welcome to do, Wednesday, April 29th. And we're going to be talking about reading, writing, and grammar today in this video. Now, something important for reading, we're going to be doing a new skill. So our I can statement today is I will be able to identify the cause and effect relationship in a story. So I want you guys to be paying attention to this today. Now, I was so excited. I found an almost identical anchor chart that we made in class together, and it fits perfectly with all of our wonder stories. And this was hung up right before we ended school. And you can see, just to help our brains remember, cause and effect. Now, the cause is the reason why something happens, and the effect is the result of what happened, okay? So the reason why something happens and the result of what happens. See this relationship here. We're going to keep this up today so our brains don't get confused on which way they go. But my favorite part here is that lots of times there are many words that signal. That means like an alarm goes off in our head. Don't forget this. If you see these words, it's going to have a cause and effect relationship. So words like so, or one of my favorites is because, or since. All of these words come up in our reading. And as a good reader, we are constantly asking ourselves what happens and why it happens. So what happens is the effect, and why does it happen? So look at this example. I was late to work. That is what happened. I was late to work. And what was the cause? Because I lost my keys. You could have flipped this the other way, but we still can identify the cause and effect. I lost my keys, so I was late to work. I was late to work because I lost my keys. Cause and effect relationships happen all the time in stories, and we got to be on the lookout for this today. So let's go ahead and let's take a peek at our packet. So let's scroll down, and the first activity that they want you to do is they want you to pair the cause and effect. Pairing is like drawing a line. I've done the first couple for you, and just to kind of refresh, remember, I'm going to start with this one. Sasha had to do schoolwork during lunch. This matched with because she didn't bring her homework to school. She had to do schoolwork during lunch because she didn't bring her homework to school. Okay, let's look at this one. Since I knew my friends were performing their poetry, I went to the auditorium to hear the show. There's the word since. We have the word because. So far we have 2 signal words. Look at this one. Because the mail was late, Joshua didn't get his birthday card on his birthday. So here's a signal word, because, since, that's another signal word. Here's another signal word. So you need to figure out number 2. Where does number 2 gonna go? And number 5. Now, once you get number 2 and number 5 matched, what would make sense here? Then you're going to have to rewrite these in the correct places. Do not just assume it goes, Sasha's going to go here, and then because she didn't bring her homework to school. Remember what we talked about with our anchor chart, just to pull up again, just so you can see, and I'll make it a little bit smaller. Oh, maybe too small. Hold on. So I can kind of see it. So if I look right here, okay, I think I got the screen better so you can see both of these. So Sasha had to do schoolwork during lunch because she didn't bring her homework to school. What is the reason why something happens? That's the cause, the reason why something happens. She didn't bring her homework to school, and the effect was she had to do her schoolwork during lunch. So I can actually write that in right here. I'll put my text box. So this one actually, my cause She didn't bring her homework to school. That is my first one. And the effect of that, the effect of her not bringing her homework to school, what does Sasha have to do? Sasha had to do school work during lunch. That is the effect. Sasha had to do schoolwork during lunch. It's not the cause. The cause was that she didn't bring her homework to school. And the effect was, well, it's like a consequence. She had to do it during lunch. Do you see how those got flipped a little bit? Okay, for here. Now, I didn't do number 2. You're going to have to do number 2, but I did number 3. So I'm going to go to number 3. Since I knew my friends were performing their poetry, I went to the auditorium to hear the show. So what was the effect? The effect was I'm going to do my effect first for this one. Sometimes you might do that, different ones. I went to the auditorium to hear the show. That's the effect. And why? What is the cause? Why in the world did I go to the auditorium to hear the show? What does it say? I'm just going to put, I knew my friends were performing their poetry. And if you can't fit every single word in here, that's absolutely okay. Okay? So when you think about the cause and effect, again, you really want to think about, and it even give you a clue here. It says it's the first event and the second event. Sometimes that's not always the case, right? You have to think about what is the effect. What happened? Well, Sasha had to do her schoolwork during lunch. What happened? I went to the auditorium. This is the why. Why did I have to do my schoolwork during lunch? And I can even write that here. If that's going to help your brain, you can write that right here. You can write your why. I'm going to write that so that this is the why. And then the other one is it's the what happened. What happened? What happened and the why. Really important that you guys don't get those confused, okay? Now, you guys, after you finish that, you are actually going to do a little bit of reading today on your own. And this reading is where you're going to have to read for the cause and the effect. There's another reminder here, but this is a pretty short story, 4 paragraphs, and it's asking you clearly cause and effect questions. Why did the main character think she could use her old school supplies? Why? Why did she think she could use her old school supplies? If you don't remember, go back and find that answer in the story. What caused the main character to change her mind about getting new school supplies? That's the effect. She wanted to get new school supplies, but why? What caused her to get new school supplies? Did something happen? This is another cause. What caused the dark spot on the backpack? How did she get a dark spot on the backpack? What's the cause? The effect is the dark spot, but what's the cause? Okay, give this a try. Now, for your writing today, I'm going to keep going here. The writing's kind of fun and exciting. If you could have any pet in the world, even a mythical creature, which can be like a make-believe, a dragon, a unicorn, what would it be? Would it be an animal, a reptile, or would it be something else? Draw me a picture of your pet and tell a story about your any pet in the whole world. So if you could have any pet in the entire world, what would you have? Tell me all about it. Draw me a picture, tell me about it, and tell me, this is important, how you came to own the pet. So where did you get this pet? Where did you find the pet? Did it magically come to you? Now this story, there's no limits because we're allowed to use mythical creatures, It can be make-believe. It could be a real story, like a pet store. It could be you found a magical egg and it hatched. But you have to describe your pet in detail and tell about the things you do together. So I can't wait to see pictures of you and your fun pet. I want to hear what you do together. I want to see your picture. I want you to go into detail about it. Have as much fun with it as you want. Again, it could be realistic fiction. It could be real. It could be nonfiction. Maybe it's about a real pet that you actually have. Or it could be totally fiction, right? It could be fantasy. Something that is all make-believe. You get to have as much fun with it as you want, all right? This is pretty exciting today. And the very last page is we did a brain pop with this yesterday about singular and plural. Well, whenever we have singular and plural nouns, we have to make sure the verb agrees with it. And when a verb is an action, most of these are action verbs today, I believe. Yep, they are. It has to agree with the noun. So let's look at the singular means one. Plural means more than one. So the dog chases. See how chases has a plural sound to it? One dog chases the cat. But the dogs, more than one dog, chase the cat. So circle the verb that correctly completes each sentence. The 4 aliens blank green goo inside their spaceship. The 4 aliens blank green goo inside their spaceship. My dinosaur blank onto the trampoline. Now let's look at our list of verbs here. So you need to look at all of these ideas they've given you and figure out which one completes each sentence. The 4 aliens blank green goo inside their spaceship. What could you do with green goo inside their spaceship? Well, play, they make. Hopefully they're not eating, but they could, right? I'm going to skip this one because I don't know what they're doing with it. Are they going to be eating it? Are they going to be making it? I'm going to skip this one because I'll see what's left over. My dinosaur blank onto the trampoline. What do you think a dinosaur would do on a, this is a clue here, trampoline. A trampoline, they're going to be usually jumping. So my dinosaur, one dinosaur, it would have to be leaps with an S. I'm going to write it right here. And I'm going, I don't know if it's going to let me cross it out. It might. Oh, I'll make it a lot shorter. There we go. Leaps. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Those cars blank a loud sound as they race around the track. Ooh, if it's a sound. Cars make. Cars make. I'm going to cross this one out. I don't need it again. Those cars make a loud sound. One of his sisters blanks the trombone. Now, a trombone is an instrument, if you don't know that. Sisters. So it's got to be one of his sisters plays the trombone. Now you're thinking, wait, it's plural. Sisters is actually singular. One of his sisters plays. I blank milkshakes to cool down on a hot summer day. What would you do with milkshakes? I drink milkshakes to cool down on a hot, because milkshakes is plural. So drink. Now the nice part about this is if you think, hey, I actually like this word someplace else, you can do that. That's why I skipped number 1 to see what else I could get to. And you have these, you have to just circle which word you think would be the most, would make the most sense and complete it. The elephant, one elephant brings. The elephant brings, now let's finish this sentence. The elephant brings the ball to the zookeeper. Finish your sentence. Okay, you have 2 more to do. Good luck, boys and girls. You guys are going to rock this today. I can't wait to read your funny, silly stories. You guys are awesome. Work hard on cause and effect. Can't wait to see pictures. Bye, everyone. See ya.